What's up, guys? So I mentioned I was going to make this video, and here it is. I just want to go ahead and put this out. It's like 6:30 in the morning, so excuse me for being a little groggy. This is not like a bragging video, a look what I have video. This is more a I wish somebody would have taught me about this when I was younger video. And for some of you guys that are maybe younger, pay attention. So I've been in Tennessee for 7 years now, just under 7 years. I moved up here basically with nothing. It took me 3 trips in a Chrysler PT Cruiser to get all my shit moved up here from Florida. I had the PT Cruiser, a weight bench and some weights, and my personal items, clothes, PlayStation 3 and shit like that. Anyway, that's what I had moving up here, so really nothing. My net worth was pretty non-existent. I had some debts I owed. I broke the lease at my apartment complex where I was living in Florida, and I ended up accruing 2 more debts from that. So I moved up here with nothing and bad credit. So a couple years after moving up here, I got one of those little prepaid, or not prepaid, but pre-approved credit cards sent to me in the mail from Bank of America, which I was banking with them at the time. So I signed up for it, sent off for it, and started actively working on my credit. And my credit score was under 600, which is not good. So I began building credit through that. Anyway, over the years, my credit score started to climb. I think that was the only credit card I had for a while. And then my dryer took a shit on me, and I had to get a new dryer. And Sears had a deal going on where if you signed up for their credit card at the time, they had 12 months, same as cash, no interest. If you bought it on a credit card, which is a no-brainer. If you have something, and it literally doesn't matter the dollar amount, but I think the dryer was like $500, and you can pay $500 right then, or you can pay the same $500 spread over 12 months with no interest. I mean, I know what I'm doing. I'm spreading it over 12 months. It's not a matter of whether you can pay it right then or not, because I had the money to pay for it if I wanted to. But why would you not want to keep the money in your pocket and use it to make other money while, spreading out those payments, which, that's another thing I'll get into. So anyway, sign up for that credit card. And, by that time my credit was getting a little better. So I had a much higher limit on it. Anyway, got my credit score was just approaching the 700s when I had a friend of my dad's was trying to sell his duplex, and my dad already has a few properties, and he really he's at the point now where it's more headache than it's worth for him to buy another property unless it's a really dumb good deal. So he was like, hey, Dennis might want to buy that, and we got to talking, and he priced it for under the tax assessment, and I was like, cool. So I went to the bank and went to get a loan, and the banker was like, dude, your credit score's fine, but you've got these 2 debts left remaining. I can't give you a loan without those debts. And it was the debts from the apartment complex that I moved out of when I came up here. So I got those taken care of. And as a result, this is my credit score from 2 of the branches, and I'll put a screenshot on here. So yeah, here's how it all ended up working out. So with credit, this is what you can do, and some income. And again, I'm not going to say my salary. I don't make stupid big bucks. It's between $30,000 and $70,000 a year is what I make. I'll give you a rough estimate. And I live in East Tennessee. The cost of living is fairly cheap, so it's decent money for the area. So anyway, I bought this duplex for just over $50,000. I went to the bank and got a loan, and there was renters already living in the duplex. So how this all works, I got a 15-year loan. Okay, I'm 32. It'll be paid off by the time I'm 47. I borrowed money from here. These people are paying my loan back, with their rent and then some. So I've put money back for maintenance, of course, reinvest into the place. It only cost me $2,000 out of pocket to close. So basically, almost nothing from me because I had good credit. Borrow from this guy, and these people are paying my loan back. Using somebody else's money to improve my net worth and having somebody else with their money pay off that loan. It's a no-brainer, and these are things that I wish I learned when I was younger because I would have multiple of these places by now. But yeah, with credit, you can do that. You can borrow and make money with other people's money, which is really awesome. And, this is the deed and stuff is in here. Dear Mr. Arnold, it was a pleasure to work with you for your recent real estate transaction. Enclosed, please find the original recorded warranty deed. You will want to retain this document for future reference. We truly appreciate the opportunity to work with you. If you need any additional information, please call. And, there's details of the transaction and the deed and stuff. And it's something, like I said, I've been up here for 7 years, and moving up here, I had nothing, zero net worth, and just a rough estimate now. I still rent the house I'm living in. This house that I'm always filming in, and so I rent this house, but I rent it for $450 a month. So even though rent is kind of throwing away money, $450 a month rent, I'm not going to find anywhere cheaper as nice as this place. So that's why I've not been in a hurry to buy an actual house that I live in. And I bought a rental property before I even owned the house I live in. But again, like I said, it was a no-brainer buying that place. And when it's, like I said, it'll be paid off before I'm 50. And that it'll give me options then. It's a duplex. It's something where when it is paid off, I can still keep renters in it and, have much more profit from the renters by the time it's paid off, which, would be great, as I approach retirement, having that supplemental income. It's something where I could go in and remodel and make it, instead of a duplex, make it into a house, and I can go live there, and just have a house that's paid for, things like that. I can get a loan against it, once I get some equity in it, and use it, as collateral for more money to make more money with. So many options. So basically what I'm getting at, one more thing I want to say, it's going to cost me, like with interest and stuff, over the duration of the 15 years, I'm wanting to say, I did the math, it's going to cost, $65,000 or $70,000, 60, something like that. Anyway, and that's, taxes and I think everything built in, taxes and all, over the 15 years, it should cost close to $70,000. And if I keep both units rented out through the duration, which, cross my fingers, knock on wood, I should bring in like $120,000 over that 15 years. So, 120, anyway, it's going to net me like plus $30,000 over the 15 years, and I'm going to own the property. Build your credit, use other people's money to make your money and acquire assets. Do it. Look into how to do it and do it.